We're going to continue today with file number 3, presenting data using chart. I'm going to go through some basics with all of you first. Then we'll move on to creating like a speedometer chart and some other charts available. Now I have two sets of data here. If you look carefully, I have two sets of data here. One, which is a complete cross-tab report, and the other one is not a complete cross-tab report. It's actually a simple report of what year, what's the quarter 1, quarter 2, and then followed by the sales figure. Depending on how you actually collect the data into this kind of report or this kind of report, you can see that your chart will be slightly different one. Right, so let's talk about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight. Now when I select my data for my charts, I can highlight the whole thing if I want to, but later I can just filter it out. But now I just want to get it right from the beginning, where I only highlight the 4 product and 12 months. So all I need to do is just go to insert, then I choose the column chart. Now I'm going to experiment with a 2D chart. So if you have your data that is designed like this, not using pivot table, you design this table like this, you get this chart like this. Okay, but at the end of the day, you actually want to present 4 products as your category axis. Now let me explain first what is that. Okay, so in the chart, the one on the right hand side here, this one is called the value axis. This is called the value axis. Okay, the one at the bottom here where you see all the January, February, March, those are called category axis. These are called the category axis. Obviously, this is vertical, right? Because this one is actually top and bottom, right? This is vertical, right? And then this one is horizontal. So you will be seeing the word horizontal and vertical. So it's a bit easier for you to remember. So we have vertical axis, horizontal axis, but the name is actually called category axis. All right. So this is what we call the legend, L-E-G-E-N-D, legend, right? And this is what we call this one is what we call the chart title. Okay. This one, all this column that you see here, all this column, these are called data series. Data series. So they are called data series. All this column that is standing, they are called data series. So I just want to introduce the element that you find inside the chart. Now, if you are looking at the category axis here from January to December, but the boss wanted or you wanted to display by product, just go to this switch. Then you notice that your category now is the product. Your legend now will do the switching. So between legend and category, they can do the switching. There's no reason for you to modify the report just to get this. Just to get this, you don't have to do that. So you don't really need to redo this report just because you are showing your chart differently. Now, what else you can do here is that whenever you realize that this data that you are having is not according to your requirement for your chart. Now, I would not recommend that you do it here, but you can do it in your pivot chart. It's a lot more easier. Now, if you are doing something static here, which is good, you can just go to this, the filter. You can just click the filter and can decide what you want to show. For example, I do not want to show all the months. I just want to show April, May, and June. So I click April, May, and June here. Then I click apply. So my chart will now show just for that particular 3 months. If I only want to show April, then this is for April. Something like that, right? If you want to show all, just click all and apply. Okay, so this is for the manipulation of data. You can do filter. Now, if your version of Microsoft Office is a little bit lower version, you don't get this filter, don't worry, you can go to the select data. Under the select data, you can also filter it here. You can check and uncheck. Which one do you like? Which one you don't like? Which one you want? Which one you don't want? You can uncheck and check. So just go to the select data if you don't see this button here. Other than that, if you totally come to this select data, also you can't check, then what you do is, don't worry, when I select my chart, right? When I select my chart, you see all this red color, purple color, and blue color. Now you can actually just go and do this, right? May, June, July. So you can go to the top there and just put it down. May, June, July. You make the selection smaller, then this is what you get. Just go to the data and manipulate them if you don't see any of this icon here. So don't worry, it's not the end of the world if you don't see this. You can still adjust that.